A couple months ago, I created and uploaded the video Christian, the first Lolcow. An issue many people had with this was with the title of the video, as Christian is not the first Lolcow. This was a correct statement. Chris is obviously not the first Lolcow. The reason I have used this title is because he is essentially the quintessential Lolcow, and is really what a Lolcow is. Whilst there have been Lolcows before and since, they aren't quite Chris, and none have shown what it is to be a Lolcow. I have covered quite a few people already on my channel. However, I'd say not all of them have been Lolcows, although with some of them it could be quite debatable on whether they are or are not Lolcows. The definition of Lolcows on Kiwi farms is: Lolcows are people and groups whose eccentric or foolish behaviour can be milked for amusement and laughs. Personally, I do not think this definition is in enough depth, as I believe there are many similarities shared by Lolcows that define a Lolcow better. In this video, I will use Chris and his story, using some of his major personality quirks as well as other things, to try and lay out what I think makes a Lolcow. The most obvious part of a Lolcow is of course the stupidity. With Chris, there are many examples of Chris's stupidity, and with this section, whilst being the biggest indicator, I think is too simple to have to really expand upon, so I'll quickly just bring up some of his stupid moments. He attempted to convince the trolls he was a troll by putting a towel over his face and making his voice slightly deeper.
True for Clyde Cash and use on the quick key. I hate Christian Western Cheddar because he is a lazy slob. The money is wasted on him. He doesn't have to work for this money. Damn him. And also, he is unfriendly to us males. He should be friendly to his males. Really ticks me off.
Believed in the fake country of Mulvania, used the word Gabian to get out of saying that he is a homosexual, and of course, Chris's magnum opus, believing in a dimensional merge. The next part I would consider a big part of defining a Lolcow is ego. Chris's ego is so large that there is an entire page on the Quickie dedicated to it. And again, there is many different examples for Chris's ego, such as him comparing the supposed death of the girl who was trying to seduce his grandmother to the death of his dog, as well as the huge weight of the doghouse. However, I'm going to use a much more obvious example, with this being that Chris literally believes himself to be a god. Whilst this was influenced by the idea guys, the fact that Chris was able to be convinced that he was a god in the first place, accept that, and continue to believe that he is a god, despite the influence of the idea guys being gone, is really bad. Since being in jail, this still has continued, as evidenced by the first jail letter, where he now believes himself to be, quote, literally Jesus Christ. Chris has a complete inability to apologise. Well, that's not completely true. He has an inability to sincerely apologise. This can be seen with Chris's 9/11 video, where Chris, in his genius, made fun of 9/11 to make fun of Clyde Cash, which makes sense.
Well now, Mr. Clyde, your fame and fortune shall fall just like these twin towers. They go crumbling down with an airplane. You are weak. I'm the strong one. You are going down, Mr. Clyde Cash.
Chris had to talk to Casey's father, which I've covered in another video, and if you haven't heard the call, spoiler alert, he doesn't apologise. But this wasn't the only time Chris supposedly apologised, uploading the video Apology for 9/11 joke, where, unsurprisingly, his video isn't very convincing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the recent video I uploaded, which obviously was a terrible joke. I had no intention of offending anybody on such a worldwide manner. I was meant only to offend Clyde and to note on how weak he was. I personally feel sad another day of 9/11, and I cared about its effects just like the next person. Anybody, I'm seriously, I'm a good American. God bless America. God bless America, land of the free, and the home of the brave. Anyway, yeah. It was mainly intended for Clyde and to offend him, and I had no idea or intention of the worldwide massive offensive. So again, I am so sorry for making that Photoshop pic and making a terrible joke. I love America. I was born in America, and I'm proud to be an American. But anyway, instead of that, I have made up an alternate joke. Yeah. Okay. I will snuff out Clyde because he is so weak. I will snuff him out just like the candles on a birthday cake. I'll snuff him out like a birthday cake candle. My apologies there, I had that layer hidden for a bit. I mean, I had a layer about that and I made it hidden. But anyway, yeah, I will snuff them out like candles on a birthday cake. And again, I apologize for the bad joke. I've already deleted it, and I would appreciate forgiveness, just like the next person. And I promise it will not happen again. God bless America.
This next one is quite a vague one, but an obvious one, and that is that Chris and other Lolcows do not improve themselves in any way. As something that extends throughout the whole of Chris's story, there is no way I can give out an example, but it is and should be clear that Chris has degenerated throughout the years he has been on show. The only time there seems to have been any improvement whatsoever was with Rollin' and Trollin', and when he tried to become an escort as Carlos Chantor, where he dresses more like a normal person, although you can only polish a turd so much. However, neither of these lasted for long, and neither were they serious attempts at improvements. Even with other ways of improvement, mainly pushed for by the trolls, Chris was resistant, only doing minor bits of exercise, such as holding a chair over his head, doing poor reps of cans, and failing to do a singular pull-up. Oversharing is a big aspect of why Chris became a lolcow, and how he had continued staying relevant as a lolcow. Chris's oversharing was essentially why he had become so widespread, with the information overload he attempted when he discovered the Encyclopedia Dramatica page, giving the trolls fuel to continue trolling him. There are more instances of this, as Chris has been very easily lured into revealing stupid things about himself by really simple methods, i.e. just pretending to be a woman. This next one links up similarly with the apologising part, in my opinion, as this next section will be Chris's ability to always make himself the victim. Now, whilst Chris a lot of the time is a victim due to the trolls, I will now mention when Chris learned of the death of a supposed fan, Ryan Cash, as a result of Chris refusing to make more comics. Chris doesn't apologise, and just tells the family to move on, and starts whining, stating that he has a lot of stress in his life, and that is why he didn't upload the comics, thus being the victim.
And for Ryan Cash and his family, I feel for you, and I'm sorry, but best thing you could do for Ryan and yourselves, just to move on. Try to be happy in the future. That's what Ryan would want for y'all and the family. Gee, so much power. Do not leave me, fans, because more is to come, definitely. But it just depends on my inspiration. I get a lot of stress in my life, and it sometimes hinders me, and even my mental block. And I get distracted sometimes.
Chris has broken the law numerous times now, although the most recent occurrence being the most notorious. Chris has loitered around shops and his college campus, essentially soliciting sex. Chris has run over a man, Michael Schneider, or because he wouldn't let him in a store, as he would make people uncomfortable, as well as scream at and insult children. And finally, he has done some not so good things with his mother. For lolcows, I don't necessarily mean they have to have broken the law, more so they have committed an immoral act. Of course, one of the biggest parts of being a lolcow is the trolling. There's not much I can add to this, as trolling has been such a massive thing for Chris, and I don't think there is any other lolcow that has received anywhere close to the extent of trolling that Chris has received, and there has been a wide range from mainly catfishers to regular trolling to trolls that take it too far. The reason why I wanted to create this video mainly stems from my community post a few weeks back, where I asked you who you would consider to be the king of the lolcows now that Chris is in jail. In my personal opinion, I stated I believed it would be either King Cobra JFS or Ethan Ralph, and that is because I feel as though King Cobra JFS fits this criteria well, although it isn't too popular, whereas Ethan Ralph, whilst not fitting this criteria as well, is likely a bigger lolcow in terms of followers, and would thus be more likely to be the king of the lolcows. It is likely that in my list I've missed out some pretty good markers for what a lolcow is, so I would be happy to read any of your comments on what you feel I may have missed about Chris, or just about lolcows in general. I know from some of my comments on my posts as well as my videos that some people have some ideas of what a lolcow is, so there's definitely going to be some different opinions.